Hello everyone, it's Andy Savva, the Garage Inspector, and today's blog is about communication, a subject that is often taken for granted, and after all, it's something that we do on a daily basis without even thinking about it. However, it's one of the most important aspects of your life, and it touches all areas, including your career, your home life, your friendships, relationships, as well as interactions with total strangers. Being able to communicate effectively means making the most of all these situations. It will enable you to build rapport, empathy, develop relationships, and feel comfortable and confident around others. People who communicate effectively are great at getting others to open up and discuss their feelings and emotions. They can respond appropriately during difficult conversations and feel less pressured when communicating with superiors or peers. The way I communicated with both my team members and customers ultimately determined the experience that they had interacting with our business. Have you ever been around someone who becomes a drain on your energy? Everything that they say is framed in a negative way, and they become known as a troublemaker, or certainly someone you do not want to be around too often. Obviously, their method of communicating influences the attitude of the people around them, their team members, their work colleagues, and think also about how this communication style affects their personal quality of life. It is likely that this outward looking negative communication also festers inwardly and makes for a very dissatisfied outlook on life in general. Certainly, it makes other people avoid discussions with this person, not helpful if you're again working as part of a team. It is important to take a positive approach to communication and remember that people are hugely influenced by what you say, but more importantly, how you say it, especially important when you're running a garage business or any business for that matter. The best communicators know how to get the best out of others, and you need to know how to stimulate and engage with your team and your colleagues. Always try to frame things in a positive way and take care what I communicated, thus giving me a positive mindset, and at the same time keep my team interested in what I had to say. The ability to communicate is not an inherent skill, and it's something that we should all try and develop and progress and get better at throughout our lives. Unfortunately, most do not take the time to focus on how well they communicate and leave this important element to chance. Those who do take the time to develop this key skill are likely to find they are pleasantly surprised by the results they find. So what is communication? Well, we could say it's successful method of sharing ideas, feelings, and information. The key element out of this is something that is often missed, is that communication is a two-way process, which means that for communication to be effective in the first instance, it must produce a shared understanding and intention and meaning. This does not necessarily mean a shared agreement is reached, but certainly all the people involved in the communication will appreciate the context and implication of that message. Very important. Although communication seems a predictable, clear event, it rarely works out like that because human behavior alters how we send, receive messages, and consequently how things are finally interpreted. Communication can become uncertain, unpredictable, because it's influenced by our general nature as human beings. Communication involves three components: non-verbal, verbal, and paraverbal in order to communicate effectively. And you will use all these three elements without even realizing it, which will allow you to both send clear messages and be able to receive and understand messages sent to you. So let's think verbal. This is simply the use of words to convey thoughts and feelings. Paraverbal. This is the tone and pitch that we put into words we say, which can alter the message we are trying to get across. It works by changing the emphasis of what we are saying, but altering the way things sound when we say them. It is your paralanguage that will give you your communication its personality and unique style in order to convey that specific message that you're trying to get across. When we use paralanguage, we intone our communication with the attitudes and feelings that we have about what we're trying to communicate. When you are stressed about what you are saying, you might raise to a higher pitch and speak faster. If you are bored, you might be disinterested and you may slow your pace down and become lower in your tone. An example of paralanguage, completely altering a statement, is this. I didn't say you were stupid. I didn't say you were stupid. I didn't say you were stupid. You will notice that by placing the emphasis on a different word in the sentence, as I have just done, you alter its meaning considerably. Now, non-verbal, this is the gestures and postures and facial expressions and body language that send a message without the use of words. This non-verbal communication is often what gives away clues as to the true meaning of the words that we speak, and people can interpret a different message from something as simple as a look or movement that gives away our attitudes and our feelings. However, non-verbal communication can also work in its own, and people can communicate with just a look or a shrug at the right time. These three main components of communication all work to make up the message you convey. It is these elements that will truly demonstrate your thoughts, your feelings, and attitude about the message you're trying to get across. I cover this subject in more detail in my customer excellence and reception management courses. Now, just before I sign off, I've also had many requests regarding when I will restart my garage visits, and I can confirm these will begin once I have rearranged my business course training calendar, hopefully in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So if you're interested in a visit from the garage inspector, just get in touch either by phone, email or social media, which you can find on my website, thegarageinspector.com. Good luck, keep safe, and thank you for watching. Your feedback is very welcomed. God bless.